Have you guys reached the end game yet in WoW Dragonflight? What do you even do at the end game? That's a good question. You need to do what in Dragonflight Endgame by Nixxiom?
So you finally dinged level 70 in Dragonflight. You've reached endgame, my friend, and you're sitting there.
Well done.
Well, you're as lost as a gnome in a big and tall store. What exactly is there to do at level 70 in Dragonflight? Where do you begin? And why aren't Tuskar a playable race yet? Well, in this video, I'm hoping to answer all these
Maybe in the
questions
future
and more by going over the several approaches to World of Warcraft that you can take upon hitting max level in Dragonflight. So let's soar on into the Dragon Isles.
PvP, higher M+
keys. A
keys.
lot to cover with this video, and hopefully by the end of it, you'll be less confused. So let's start with number 1, finish what you started. Alright guys, upon hitting level 70, it's very likely that you'll have gotten to level cap without actually finishing the main storyline on your first character, and the majority of the side quests in Dragonflight scattered across the Dragon Isles. Now,
What I usually do in like MMOs, if I really hit true endgame, I usually either farm achievements, mounts, or what I do is like I get a lot into PvP and stuff. Like back in the day when I was like, when I finished like Elder Scrolls Online and there were like no expansions and stuff really, like they came after a while in new DLCs, I would just purely PvP. I had like this very strong character, I maxed out everything, and I would just freaking PvP all the time. That was like my true endgame. But yeah, like the cool thing in WoW is you have like rare mounts, you have like achievements, you can grant reputations and stuff, right? So yeah, that's something you could focus on for endgame. And by the way guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And yeah, let me know in the comment section what you're currently doing at endgame.
Know that you don't give a damn about the story or the lore and all that nonsense, but I got news for you. You gotta start giving a damn, because the first thing that you need to do upon hitting max level is finish at least the main quest line. Now, yes, I know you don't want to, you're a grumpy dwarf, you don't care about the lore, you just want to raid and you want to crack skulls, but you gotta finish the main quest line. Finishing the main quest line in Dragonflight will of course allow you to progress the story of Dragonflight further, for those of you that care about that, but it is also required that you progress into the Valdrakken storyline, specifically in order to unlock endgame relevant features like the Spark of Ingenuity. But more on that later. Finishing the main storyline and side quests is also incredibly important for gaining reputation with the various factions throughout the Dragon Isles,
like the Tuskar
and the Centaur, and this leads us to what you should do after
Centaur,
you finish
cool.
at least the main storyline. And that is, number 2, start making better friends. There are 4 major factions that have been introduced to us in Dragonflight. The first is the Dragonscale Expedition. These are a bunch of explorers wanting to discover all the Rule 34 of Ysera on the Dragon Isles. There's the Ishkara Tuskar, aka the greatest faction in this expansion. They just want to catch fish, eat soup, and then sleep off their rubber in this cozy little house in the south end of the island. There's the Maruk Centaur, pretty much a bunch of smelly centaur clans who just want to hunt big game and kick big ass. That's all you really need to know. And then finally, you have the Valdrakken Accord. These guys are the simps to Alexstrasza who worship her as the ultimate dragon queen. Do not be friends with these people. They suck. What you need to be focusing on as soon as you get to level 70 is gaining reputation with these guys, earning you a ton of benefits and cool little rewards across the Dragon Isles. Pets, mounts, gear, and even just fun new gameplay mechanics like having a hunt companion from the Centaur, or even the ability to rock climb from the Expedition.
That's fun actually.
Cool. And one of the best ways early on just to get more reputation with the fact.
Like, I love this that we have this actually in Dragonflight, that you have like so many side things you can unlock, including the climbing, the companion that follows you for like hunts and stuff, right? Like, I think this is really cool, and that you can get like new battle pets and stuff. Like, I have not really been into pet battles and stuff, but I want to also give it a shot. And now we have like even more battle pets and stuff, and I need to like tame and farm a lot more, and you can actually catch them if you get them like low health and stuff, right? So yeah, I have to do like way more of this. Like, yeah, there's like a heavy grind for me in the next days, weeks, months.
Is to do all of the side quests that I mentioned earlier, the quests that are not a part of the main storyline of Dragonflight. And since you're level 70 now, you're probably going to tear through them ultra fast, unless you're playing as an arms warrior like I was. Apparently arms warriors suck in DPS when it comes to this expansion, but I didn't know, so I had to convert to Fury, and now I'm very happy. Point is, it's
Fury is
a
fun.
great way to get the
I like
War
Fury
Master
actually.
achievement, and who doesn't want that? You can also get a lot of reputation with the various factions by doing the world quests that are scattered throughout the Dragon Isles. And the best part is that if you're just now hitting level 70, the world quests you will quickly find reward some pretty decent gear to get you started. And it's also a great way to get some quick gold, as well as some primal chaos, which is used for crafting, but we'll talk about crafting later. Progressing in the
That was like my issue with Shadowlands. You could do like world quests and stuff, but the gear were like, they sucked. Like Shadowlands gear you get from like the world and stuff, even quests, they were so much below the item level you get from doing just a couple of medium range M+ dungeons, right? Like you would do like constantly M+4s, M+6 and stuff to actually gear a alt or like your main character if you were like new to it, right? And I would spam that and wait for like vault rewards and stuff. It was kind of like a chore. Okay, I have today do at least like 1+8 mythic plus, right? Like +8, maybe a +10 I also take. And then I wait for the vault or something, right? But now I can actually get decent gear from like world quests and stuff. And I think this is really good.
Reputation.
Same with crafting. Crafting is good now.
World quests and potential gear rewards and just general rewards for those of you guys who just want to get that item level up or just get new trinkets and treasures around the Dragon Isles. But if you're gonna get these factions to max level fast, you're gonna need a fast as hell mount, which leads us to number 3, fully train your dragon. It's likely that many of you guys, even before 70, took to the skies and completely pimped out your dragon. Spinners on the wheels, hydraulics, and all that good stuff. But it's possible that maybe you've hit level 70 and you still got a lot of dragon glyphs to find around the open world. If that's the case, what you should do, I highly recommend, is you go out and collect all of the glyphs while enjoying the beauty of the Dragon Isles and what it has to offer. Leveling up your dragon will also earn you more vigor points, more aerial abilities, and just make it getting around the Dragon Isles so much faster and easier. This is a must, like a must. And if you guys want a guide as to where all the glyphs are, just let us know in the comment section down below, because I'd be happy to show you all on an alt where to find them all. Really easy video for us to make here. Getting around the world quickly is so damn important, especially if you're a treasure hunter like I am. And speaking of treasures, that leads us to number 4.
But you're farming
for
stuff.
treasure and rares and events. So remember the Dragon Scale expedition I mentioned earlier in this video? Yeah, the guys hunting for the Ysero Rule 34? Well, these guys have secretly stashed all of their findings in these little explorer packs that you can find all throughout the Dragon Isles.
Yeah.
And yes, there is other stuff in the packs too, like Primal Chaos, Dragon Isle supplies, and other useful things for you to enjoy. So be on the lookout for explorer packs as you go along looking for treasure throughout the Dragon Isles. But also, keep your eyes open for rares while flying above the Isles. Rare spawns will appear occasionally across the Isles,
and they have also nice drops
chests for you to dig into to see what's inside. Typically a piece of epic gear if you're lucky. Nice. And you can even find world boss hidden here and there that you can participate in with giant groups of people. So yeah, keep an eye out for world bosses too, guys. Just look for the little icons on your mini map as you're flying around. Keep your eyes open, and if you want to know where the world bosses spawn at, they are right here on your screen right now. But there's also big community world events to take part in too that you'll find, like the Siege on Dragon Scale Keep, which can earn you some cool gear, the Tuskar Soup event down in the south of the Azure Span, which will get you an awesome buff, as well as Primal Storms, all of which offer rewards like gear and reputation. The Primal Storm gear, by the way, which just came out with the latest patch, the gear that you can get from this can also be upgraded all the way up to item level 385, which is an awesome way to gear up for raiding really fast.
Yes.
Speaking of raiding, look, I know a lot of you guys are tired of all this solo getting gear crap, so let's move on to the...
You know what I hope for? But I'm not sure how they're gonna do this. So now with Dragonflight, they opened up new options, and this with the new talent system is all nice. But there's one thing I always had hoped for in WoW, that they do more with the old content. Like, it's nice that we can do some M pluses now with like older content. We had like some in like Warlords of Draenor now that like also dropped the relevant item level, and it's nice. But what I wish is if this was like permanent, like you can do any sort of raid what you want, but in 2 modes. In like the old school mode where you like one-shot everything, but you can also have it somehow like scale with you or you scale with that, and the item level is relevant with the current patch. Like that every single dungeon and raid matters. I love this so much in Elder Scrolls Online, how you can go into any dungeon even from like the first expansions, and you can still die to bosses there, and they deal like tons of damage, and the items you get and the sets, they are maximum level to the current level cap, right? So I want to see this in the future in World of Warcraft. I think it would be great, and it would keep old content alive. And I think that's important.
The group content for gear. Number 5. Delve into dungeons and raiding.
That's fun.
Dungeons are such a fun part of World of Warcraft.
True.
They're a part of its backbone, and Dragonflight
I think it's
delivers
like
with some
the main
awesome
part almost.
dungeon content experiences. Especially watching people get splashed back by the waves near the end of the Halls of Infusion dungeon is great. Upon hitting level 70, after gearing up a little from maybe some world quests or trolling the auction house, get yourself into some heroic dungeon content using the group finder, and when you can, jump into some mythic dungeons to really push your item level to
I love Hunter.
higher item levels. And now that Season 1 has started, dive into Mythic Plus dungeons as well. There's even some older dungeons that are now available for us to re-explore, like the Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, as well as the Halls of Valor from Legion. And once you found yourself
Finally,
some friends,
but we need all
and a
of
nice
them,
guild,
not just a few.
hopefully, unlike me, I'm still looking for a guild on Moonguard. Well, the point is, do yourself a favor and check out the Vault of the Incarnates raid that was just released. In this raid, you will be putting an end to that mutant angry duck dragon that accidentally put a fork into an electrical outlet that's been plaguing us since the beginning of the expansion. I know some of you guys don't care about raiding. You don't care about dungeons.
Then PvP.
But you do care about killing things. And that leads us to number 6. Destroy everyone and everything in sight. Did you just get done playing through God of War Ragnarok and you still want to rip off some heads like Kratos tearing off the head of Apollo? Well, then you're in luck, because Dragonflight delivers. If you're someone like me, you're probably a big fan of open world PvP. Screw this whole alliance and horde working together nonsense. This is World of Warcraft, not World of get along and make crafts. Well, luckily for us, in Dragonflight, we are blessed with a bloody token system which allows us to earn gear and rewards from mindlessly slaughtering people out in the open world, just as God intended. Let's be real though, the open world PvP war mode system has been somewhat neglected in WoW.
The sad part is, I think they can never go back to the good old open world PvP days. Like, I remember back in the day when my friend got World of Warcraft, and we would like play together on his account and stuff, and I would also grind up a character. Like, I was like leveling, and I think I went to, was it Ashenvale? Like, I went somewhere, and then there were like Sunday, I was like on Horde. I was on, what did I play then? Was it Orc Warlock? Yeah, I think it was on an Orc Warlock. And I was like leveling up, and then like there were like some players from the Alliance. And they freaking came to, I think was it Ashenvale or somewhere? And they came there. And even in the Barrens, I sometimes would encounter them, and they would freaking try to hunt me down and kill me. And I would like rage sort of, because they were often like endgame players. Only like once I encountered like two players, and I was also with a friend. And those two players were about the same level as us, and we nuked them. Because it was a fair fight, right? It was like so fun, because I was just questing and then I randomly get attacked by the other faction and stuff. And I would sometimes read in like zone chat and stuff how like people would call for help. Like, help, Alliance is there, please come and stuff. Like, this was actually so fun. Like, good old days. I leave like 1,000 needles, like when players would try to go there and stuff. The Barons were actually famous for it. I think in the Barons they were like the most Alliance attacks back then in like old school vanilla WoW. I don't think we can ever go back to this kind of open world PvP, but let's see what they are planning next and stuff. Like, Blizzard will come up with some cool ideas, hopefully.
Mindlessly slaughtering people out in the open world, just as God intended. Let's be real though, the open world PvP war mode system has been somewhat neglected in WoW thus far, and
Sadly,
it really
yes.
needs some more updates. Where's the perks to sieging cities, towns? Yeah, sure, flying around is great and all, and ganking the occasional player here and there, but what about the joy of giant armies fighting over territory? And I don't know, maybe we should make an entire
Big
video on
fights,
this
20
subject. What
plus
war
players
mode
against
could
each
be
other.
in the future. What do y'all think about that? Any suggestions? But if world PvP is not your thing though, do not worry, because we've got battlegrounds, rated BGs with your guildmates, arenas, and even solo shuffle is available for you to play with now. We even got
You know what would be fun in WoW, but I'm not sure if they can do it. I mean, they kind of have something like that where there are points and you occupy them and they become yours. But what if you could actually have some sort of siege combat in WoW PvP, where there are like keeps or towers or outposts, and if you take them you get like maybe some sort of vehicle that you have to protect, and it goes to like another keep or something, and you have to protect it from like enemy players, and when you reach it you can take the other keep because it's sieging, and you have to keep this alive and not destroyed for a certain duration or something. That would be fun, right? Like you take one outpost and you get some sort of catapult or something, and you have to move the catapult to another keep, and players need to protect it. Like, I have some very cool game modes and ideas, but I'm not sure if they're gonna work with like the engine and stuff. They were maybe like, they would be great for like World of Warcraft 2. I'm not sure if they can implement this in current WoW, like with, because it says like the old engine, right? Like, we get like new textures and stuff, like they made the game look more beautiful over the years, but there's like still so much like old technology, right? So I'm not sure if they can pull this off, but if there was like a World of Warcraft in the future where you take outposts and you get some sort of like catapult or something, or like a ram or something, and you can like protect this and go to like another keep or base, and it will break the wall for you, and you can like occupy this or something. That would be so fun. I think this would be one of the most fun PvP modes, where you actually have to protect something and you get it by freaking taking something over.
A new arena with this expansion. Nice. So if you just want to crack some Alliance skulls or collect some Horde femurs, dive on in and have fun. But if you just want to get comfy, and I understand, then that leads us to number 7, get comfy and just craft. Now look, maybe throughout this whole
Come
video,
on, master
you've just been
trader.
thinking, I don't want to do dungeons, Nixxiom. I don't want to raid. I don't want to crack skulls. Don't want to do any of this crap.
An
I just
RP.
want to chill. I just want to pick flowers, mine nodes, and craft myself some awesome looking gear. Well, my friend, if you're like me and you just love crafting, go for it. Because Dragonflight is an expansion that has completely overhauled crafting to keep you engaged for months to come.
Way
From brewable
better.
potions that are just meant to put some more fun into the game, to relevant and craftable epic giant
I have to mix
shoulder
engineering,
pads.
by
As
the
you
way.
travel through the Dragon Isles, upgrading your dragon, or just gaining that reputation, you will find crafting recipes scattered all throughout the world, allowing you to make all sorts of interesting and fun items for your character or for your friends, assuming that you have
Yeah.
it. Really depending
Can
on who
gear
you
your
ask,
friends
professions
also
are
stuff.
in a really awesome place right now in World of Warcraft. Only con would be it's a shame that crafting orders are not being used more though. Blizzard's gonna have to work on that system a bit, but that's a topic for another time. Just make sure if you go down the crafting route to keep up to date with the Spark of Ingenuity. If you don't know what this is, pretty much it's a system in the game where every so often you get a Spark of Ingenuity, this little item, and it allows you to craft really high level gear. So just make sure you stay up to date with this. Anyway, so have fun with professions, guys. If you just want to be a crafter who just gears up purely through crafting now, you can do it. And if all of that doesn't work for you, if you just hate everything that I've talked about on this list so far, and you want something
play another
more
game?
refreshing, something new, it's still familiar, I got one last bullet for you. One last bullet that I think you guys will really appreciate. But before I reveal it, let me first give a quick shout out to our recently revealed Dragon Slayer shirt over on the Nixxiom merch store.
Well, that looks
Link in the
nice.
description if you want to check it out. Anyway, if everything I've talked about just sucks so far in your opinion, you could just do this. Number 8, just start over. Because, hey, not everyone cares about the end game. I mean, come on, some of us just...
That's what I got into at some point. Was it doing Shadowlands? Yes. I would like make new characters, and I would be hyped for allied races, because there were some allied races I didn't have. Like, I remember unlocking for the first time the Dark Iron Dwarf, and I immediately wanted to make something cool, and I thought, oh, they live like in freaking volcano and stuff, and they're like kind of like close to the elements, so hey, you know what, I will make a shaman. And then I grinded up a Dark Iron Dwarf shaman, and it was really, really fun. And well, what else did I unlock? A mecha orc. I made a warrior, because I thought warrior would fit the mecha, and it was also really fun. So I made like new characters, I would max them. I would look for any allied race that I didn't have. Even the mecha gnomes, I would just unlock them. The Vulpera too. It was fun.
Want to keep exploring the world of Warcraft, the quests, the locations, and discover things that maybe we missed the first time going through the game.
What's the name?
So if you're
Caretaker,
no,
Kirika.
You just haven't cared at all about anything I've said so far with this video, well, just start over. Make an alt and level to max again. And Dragonflight, due to how alts work in this expansion, is the perfect expansion for leveling new alts, at least through the Dragon Isles. In this expansion, there are way too many quests, meaning that you can level a fresh character and not
easily
even do all the quests on the Dragon Isles. Once you finish the main story,
but that
main,
sucks
you
a
can even
bit.
Explore this new continent in
like, this is something I didn't like about like leveling in retail versus classic WoW, like old school WoW. Like, you could do half an expansion in like time walking, and you already max level, and you like get called to the Shadowlands, and then this speech happens like, hey, the veil has been blah 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 or something. I was like, wait a second, I only did like half the time walking. What the heck? Yeah, I don't know if it's good that you can skip most of the quests. You just do a couple of those and then you're max level. It would be actually cool if you could do like all quests, right? And then you're max level. Like it gives you like some motivation to like even do quests. Because I feel like sometimes like not so motivated to quest because I know I just do a couple of quests and whatever I have is like freaking max level already. I don't know. I mean, it's faster.
You don't even need to do the main story
save
again
time,
once
but
you've
still.
done it on your main. And
Oh,
also,
yeah, the ducks.
dragon riding progression carries over to your other characters, so don't worry about having to find all those damn glyphs again. If you want some tips on how to level faster in WoW, why not check out this 10 tips for leveling faster in WoW video that I made, which I'll link at the end of this video. But anyway, as you can see, there's a lot to do at endgame with Dragonflight, so whether you're a PvPer or a raider, I think we're all going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
If this video was helpful, please leave a like and a comment.
I will
If you're
give it
planning
a
on
thumbs
leveling
up.
a new character, again, check out my 10 tips for leveling faster video linked right here on your screen right now. Either way, fellas, thank you all for watching. A huge shout out to our channel members, and I will see you all soon on the Dragon Isles.
Yeah, this was good. But yeah, I don't think, like, currently at least not, that you're gonna run out of any content. Because even if you finish the main story, you either don't have the complete max gear, maybe you're still missing a few mounts, maybe you want to try some of the new PvP, also with how it goes with, like, the new talent systems, like... Maybe you have, like, an allied race you have not unlocked yet. Wait, what am I actually missing? I'm missing Void Elf and Lightforged Draenei, and then I think I have all of them, right? So yeah, I still can grind for 2 allied races. I can make an alt. I could make like maybe a Void Elf Mage, Lightforged Draenei Paladin or something. Like there's just so much I can still do. And I've spent a big amount of time already into WoW. So yeah, I think WoW is like, I think it's very hard to run out of any content. The only thing is, like, if you're really not into grinding new characters, you don't want to maybe max your crafting, get some unique mounts and stuff, and you're just a story kind of person, then you have an issue, I think, with endgame. Because if you're story driven, maybe you run out of stuff soon. So yeah, if you're more of a farmer of stuff, collector, you love like raids, max gearing and stuff, I think the content of Dragonflight can last for a very, very long time. If you don't mind re-experiencing the story, it also can last. But yeah, I'm actually wondering what they're gonna do next. What will be the next expansion? What will the future bring for WoW? I'm very excited to see that. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. Let me know in the comment section what you are up to for endgame, and if you have reached endgame yet and what you're currently doing. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. I wish everyone a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.